Right. We're all young at heart here, so we're all children in God's eyes. So I'm going to be asking you some questions today, and I'd really like some answers. Oh, that sounds like a teacher, doesn't it? What do you think of when you hear the word king or queen? King Charles, yes. And I think also when you hear of someone being a king, you think of someone powerful or important. How many of you watched last year King Charles's coronation? Any of you? Oh, yes, loads of you. I did too. And when you looked at that ceremony surrounding the coronation and how, when they're crowned, they're also anointed with holy oil. Now, anointing means that they get their heads, their hands, and their chest, really their heart, rubbed with oil, holy oil. And it's a sacred moment, because if you remember rightly, it was a sacred moment because it was the only moment of the whole coronation that no one was allowed to witness, because they went into a wee kind of tent kind of thing and no one could see it. That's how sacred they feel at that moment is, because he's then becoming like God's, I suppose, representative here. The other thing I do remember, though, is, do you remember all the kind of glittering jewels and the big red velvet cloaks and all, just all the splendour of it all? And it was really a very grand occasion. Now, I want to ask you something. I know we see like the king and Queen Camilla and the members of the royal family quite regularly, and they're in normal clothes. But we're in normal clothes here just now, but see when we go home, I know for me, I get changed into comfier clothes. And sometimes I get changed into my pyjamas, and I'm sure we all do that. But I wonder if when the royal family go home, they pop on their crowns and get their cloaks out and sit and watch the television with all that on, eh? What do you think? It's some kind of thought, isn't it? Now, hands up, how many of you would like to be a king or a queen? Now, this bit is really just for the children, to be honest with you, because it would be great. Nobody could give you a row for making a mess. Saying that, in some households, people make a mess anyway, and even if they do get it out, it doesn't make any difference. So, and then this bit was for Ben. He could buy all the Pokemon cards in the whole world, and nobody could say anything about it. And there'd be no need to go to school, because you could get somebody in to teach you. And then the toys, or even for us, all the gadgets you could buy. Wow, it would be great. But Jesus was a king. And does what we've talked about sound like Jesus? No, it does not. Jesus was a different kind of king. In fact, I would almost go as far as to say that Jesus was an upside-down kind of king, because in Mark 10, verse 43, Jesus said, "Whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant." How does that sound? What that really means is the best king or leader is one who cares about all people and wants to do what's best for them. Even though a king or a queen is very powerful, they are most powerful when they serve the people of their country. Jesus has been called King of Kings. He is powerful above all. Yet he himself said, "For the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve." And that's what we always need to remember about Jesus, our King.